I have only cried 3 times reading books this year. This is one of them. At its core, this is a story about family, the struggles that they face, and ultimately how they overcome them. This doesn't even refer solely to the family unit, but also to the familial ties that you find in your community during times of hardship. I was not fully on board with the story during the first 10%, and I think it's because the plot itself felt obvious, if not predictable. But once we settled into the story, I was locked in and could not put this down. Misaki and Mamoru were the perfect vehicles to tell this story because they represented two completely different ideas. Mamoru was the sheltered and loyal warrior, and Misaki was the well traveled woman resigned to her fate. As Mamoru learned and had to face the lies and propaganda that contradicted everything that he had always believed to be true, you saw Misaki look inward and reflect on the person that she once was and the person that she is now. These two characters fed off of one another in a way that is more complicated than just their bond as mother and son. In many ways, Mamoru was the reason why Misaki finally woke up after being in a fog for 15 years of her life. This world was really fascinating to me. There were places just as modern as the world we live in today, while Takayubi felt like it was frozen in time. This duality emphasized the somewhat backward customs and why the themes of propaganda in the story were so successful. However, I wish we were shown it more than being constantly told about it. If Mamoru had witnessed the propaganda firsthand, rather than hearing about it from other characters, it would have made this plot more impactful to the overall narrative. There was so much nuance to this story, but never more than when looking at Misaki and how expectations are placed on women to assimilate, to become good wives and mothers even when they don't want to, and then regret not doing or being enough when their lives go by, and it's too late to do anything else. One of my favorite parts of this book was how Wong took this concept and showed what happens when a character diverts from this path. I found the duel chapter incredibly powerful. You see a husband and wife come to terms with their failings, and through the duel find their true selves and who they were always meant to be. Him, a leader and protector, and her, brave and strong. While I had some issues with this book's pacing, it was still a profound story about marriage, loss, mourning, and how you find your way back after tragedy strikes. And because of that, this book is a must read.